a very specific question that came to us that is very related to this is someone who started an organization that was actually inspired in the US, in an organization that is there. They work with the kids or the children of people who are addicted to alcohol or drugs. And he's been working really hard to try to bring this idea to Brazil and to implement this project here. And he sees that many professionals don't see that as important here in Brazil, and that most of the community doesn't recognize the importance of the work that he's trying to bring here. So what piece of advice would you have for him on how to grow the consciousness about this issue? Or what should he do?
So I think this was actually some ideas that you shared in a similar situation earlier when we were talking about, again, what we were talking about earlier, being sure that we're questioning the assumptions that we are taking, being sure that indeed it's a problem. So we're going to assume that this is a problem that exists and it's not being recognized. And then if that's the case, we get to the idea of partners. So who do we know, or who is actually working with this population, in this case with children, who have access to the children, that can work with the children in a way that perhaps the professionals aren't, and you can partner with them to start to address the issues, increase the awareness, and then bring the professionals on board. And I think that was a great idea that you had.
When you had concrete results to show them, so you have a little more proof about how this issue can really be solved with the methodology you're bringing.
Yeah, no, advocacy is really hard. So, convincing people an issue is important is really hard. So, I was recently with Eduardo Queiroz from Fundação Maria Cecília Souto Vidigal. They do, they're, I guess, the main foundation here working with early childhood development. And he was telling me, everything that they're doing to really promote because people don't think it's important, or they don't know about it. And there is scientific evidence that shows it, and still it's very hard to convince people. So they've done a bunch of things. Several of them take scale to do, like they have a movie on Netflix. But one thing that he does that I really love is the power of statistics. So he starts showing we have this survey, and then we ask parents all around Brazil whether they think it is important to breastfeed their children. 83% think it's important. Great. But now, how many, what's the share that think it's important to talk to their children? It's just 18%. So that, that rings very close to everyone's heart. So use that in your favor.
That's really important. And specifically for this question, if you're bringing a technology or social technology from another place, you can, in the first meetings you have to convince the first partners, you can use the data from the other place. Like you can say, in the US, they had this and this and this results. Just make sure that you don't assume that this is going to be the same here. So, because sometimes people say, oh, but this is not the US, and they might even get offended and see that as like an imposition or something. So just, you can use that statistics that are already available. Just make sure that you're collecting the data you need to prove your own case whenever you can do that.